The king of the gods is on his knees. High atop Mount Olympus, Zeus is experiencing an agony unlike anything he has ever felt. A blinding, unnatural pressure building from inside his own skull. The pain becomes so immense that he issues a desperate, unthinkable command. He orders his son, the blacksmith god Hephaestus, to take a heavy bronze axe and strike him directly between the eyes to relieve the pressure. Hephaestus swings, but instead of blood or bone, a woman steps out of the wound. This ancient black figure vase captures the exact moment. Athena emerges fully grown, gripping a spear and clad head to toe in gleaming armor. This is no random, monstrous birth. It brings an end to the universe's oldest power struggle, stabilizing the Greek cosmos for the first time. To understand why Zeus's head had to be split open, we have to look at the track record of divine kings. Before this moment, the universe was trapped in a violently unstable loop, driven by an inherited curse among the gods. This family tree tracks that violent history. At the top is the first ruler of the cosmos, Uranus, who imprisoned his own children. In retaliation, his youngest son, Cronus, severed his father's power and took the throne by force. Rather than learning from history, Cronus repeated it. Terrified of his own offspring, he swallowed his children whole as they were born. But his son, Zeus, survived in secret, returned, and forced his father to suffer the exact same fate. Now Zeus is in charge, and he discovers a terrifying prophecy. His first wife, the Titaness of wisdom named Medusa, is destined to bear 2 children, a daughter and then a son whose power will completely dwarf his own. The cycle is coming for him. Zeus takes extreme measures. Using his charm, he tricks Medusa into transforming her physical body into a tiny fly. The moment she shrinks, he swallows her whole, intending to absorb her immense wisdom and neutralize the threat entirely. By consuming the mother, the supreme ruler believes he has secured his crown. But instead of ending the threat, he has unknowingly provided it a place to grow. Zeus was successful in swallowing Medusa, but he was acting against an overlooked reality. She was already pregnant. Trapped deep inside the king of the gods, the Titaness of wisdom goes to work. She begins crafting a helmet and armor. It is the rhythmic, metallic pounding of her hammer that causes the blinding pressure behind Zeus's eyes. When the axe finally falls and the skull splits, the prophecy breaks. This marble statue of Athena highlights her true nature. She is not the prophesied son destined to destroy the king. She is a daughter, emerging calm, calculating, and ready for battle. Born from the ruler's head rather than the womb, Athena severs power from raw nature, tethering authority to intellect for the first time. To understand exactly how she wields that intellect, you have to look at her parentage. Her unique approach is a direct synthesis of the 2 deities who created her. This diagram breaks down her lineage. On one side is her mother, Metis, the embodiment of profound wisdom. On the other is her father, Zeus, representing absolute authority and destructive force. Merging these creates Athena, the goddess of disciplined intellect and highly organized warfare. Other gods of war, like her brother Ares, thrive on bloodlust and mindless slaughter. Athena is the calm mind on a chaotic battlefield. She proves a clear, calculating strategy is a far more effective weapon than brute strength alone. This marble bust captures the stoic, authoritative face of a king whose rule is finally secure. With Athena by his side, Zeus's grip on the universe stabilizes. The constant threat of violent rebellion that plagued his ancestors begins to fade. This stability is sealed by a deliberate choice on Athena's part. She takes a solemn vow to remain a maiden goddess forever, fiercely loyal to her father, and entirely independent of romantic entanglements. This decision serves as a structural guarantee for the cosmos. By never marrying and never bearing children, she ensures she will never produce the prophesied son. She effectively stops the generational curse in its tracks. By absorbing the threat of succession and turning it into unshakable loyalty, Athena locks an orderly universe into place. That demand for order didn't stay confined to Mount Olympus. Down in the mortal realm, Athena became the ultimate protector of human advancement, championing laws, agriculture, and civic life over untamed wilderness. This devotion reached its peak in the city that bears her name. The Athenians built this massive temple, the Parthenon, at the center of their society to honor her as their patron, directly linking their own cultural achievements to her divine guidance. They stamped her image on their coins alongside her sacred animal, the owl. Even thousands of years later, that owl remains a universal symbol of vigilance, learned strategy, and sharp observation. The Greeks saw raw strength as a force that eventually consumes itself. Through Athena, they offer a different path, that to master the world, one must first master the mind. Subscribe to our channel to explore more of the logic behind ancient mythology.